Yeah, hey, what's your name?
Dels.
Dels. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for loving the wrestling business.
Yes.
I love his shirt. It's a tragedy what happened to her. He died way before his time.
Mm-hmm.
He was a tremendous wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
He had it all, the full package.
He did. He was
In-ring, talk.
He was a total package.
Yeah.
Remember this girl in Kentucky when she was just a ticket seller at the Macho? Randy had a wrestling company, ICW. Back then was considered an outlaw organization, meaning they were against the established group, which I worked for. But then, him and Jerry Jarrett made amends, and they sent me from the Jerry Jarrett office to work some shows for them. Now, here's what I was told. So I would walk in, and they told him to really behave. Don't go nuts, like
Really?
you usually do. Don't beat the lockers up, and don't go nuts on people, because if Bobby sees that, he's going to go back and tell his boss, Jerry Jarrett, this guy's a loose cannon.
Wow.
Me and Bill Dundee, the superstar, we used to work out every day at a fitness center in Hendersonville, North Carolina, Madison, Tennessee. And one day I went to the gym, and what had happened was, superstar Bill Dundee was a tremendous wrestler. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course. I listen to Jim Cornette, so
All
he
right.
educates
All right.
me a lot.
So I got to the gym, and I found out Bill had been taken to the hospital. Because what happened, Randy and them pulled up in the van. They knew where we worked out at. There was a real rivalry going on.
Really?
Real rivalry. I mean,
Some real heat.
real heat.
Okay.
Real heat. Here's what would happen, and they made a mistake on their shows. They would say this: I'm Randy Savage, and I challenge Bill Dundee $10,000 to a donut that I can beat him. I'll give him $10,000, and if I can't beat him, all he has to do is give me a donut. But they did that advertising falsely because people thought Bill Dundee would be there. And then another one of the wrestlers would say, I challenge Jerry Jarrett, Jerry Lawler, the King.
Yeah, the King.
I challenge him $10,000 to a donut. But they weren't never coming because they weren't working for that company. So going back to that day at the gym, what I was told was happened was Randy Savage and them, they were always saved every dime they had. I heard like this, that when they would rent a hotel room, it would be Judy, Popo, Angelo, Randy, Lanny, and 4 other guys would be in the hotel rooms, saving money. So they traveled in this van. Well, one day they seen Bill Dundee, and Paz Watley, Pistol Paz Watley, rest in peace, came walking down and said, hey, superstar, how are you? He said, hey, man, how are you? About that time, Randy Savage come running down. Sucker punched Bill Dundee.
What?
When he did, Bill Dundee tried to open the trunk of his car to get his gun out. He was going to shoot Randy Savage. But Bill got put in the hospital, and they can't fake that because he broke
From that punch?
He broke his orbital bone. Sucker punched him.
Jeez. Yeah.
But then,
That's the worst.
even going before that, there was a guy that ran wrestling in Kentucky by the name of Big Dale Man. A lot of people don't know him. But Dale was a tough guy. He was about 6'4", about 265 pounds. He ran wrestling in Kentucky for years. And the Popos wanted to start a wrestling organization. So they started working for Dale. And what happened was, Dale had a stomach problem, had to get surgery. So Randy and them decided they were going to steal the territory from Dale. So Randy came that night, and Dale had an old Chevy truck. And Dale was standing with his feet outside the truck with the door shut right here. And Randy ripped open, he said, I'm going to run this fence stake through your bad stomach. This is real. This is not on video.
Yeah, this is real.
This is real. And about that time, Dale kicked that door open. He had a 44 Magnum in his hand. He said, brother, I'm going to drop you where you stand. And Randy backed off of him. But Dale, the Popos didn't even know how to build a ring. So what they did to Dale had his ring set up in an arena. they snuck in the building and did all the measurements and learned how to build a ring. So these are stories that some people know, a lot of people don't know, but I always got along with Randy, Lanny, and Angelo. Angelo walked up to me one night and he said, "Hey, I'm wearing spandex pants right now, but they're not tight on me. You know why?" I said, "I don't know why." He said, "Because they're Randy's spandex pants, and Angelo was my size, and Randy was bigger." And one time they took me on a show, and I was in a band with them, and we were at a buffet called Two Zones. And Angelo never liked to spend money, right? So I was in there eating, and a couple of boys was, and I seen Angelo going like this the whole time, outside. And he'd come up in the window, and he was doing this. So he would not eat. He didn't want to spend the $5 for the food. So he would do squats the whole time instead of spending his money, right?
I heard that they were kind of frugal, that
Real
family.
frugal. As a matter of fact, I heard they got banned from a lot of buffets because Randy and them would go into the buffet with a brown paper bag.
And just start dumping
food under the table, chicken and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's incredible.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know this or not, but one night Randy and Laney was in a tag match in South Carolina, wrestling Ronnie Gorman and somebody.
Okay.
And they started getting a little cute in the ring.
Really?
Randy and Laney did. And what happened then was, they didn't have guardrail around the ring, but they had these big metal pipes with cement blocks on the bottom of them.
Oh, wow.
With a rope going around the ring. And Ronnie Garvin picked that up and started beating that with him. Yes, he did. Nice. Yes, he did. Lots of wild stories.
Yeah, back in the days, it was different.
Yeah, and one more story.
Please. I got all the time you want.
So Ronnie Garvin told Italian Stallion. You ever heard that name?
Yes.
Italian Stallion apparently did some tough guy work for the mafia.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what was told to me. Whether it's true or not, I do not know, but I'll just tell you.
Allegedly, we'll say.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Ronnie had left that ICW with the Papos owing him some money, about 20 grand. And one night he told Stallion about it. And Italian Stallion made the trip to Kentucky and went up and seen Angelo. And by the time he was done, he had Ronnie Garvin's money and went back. So Randy was working for the WWF back then. And when Stallion went up to do enhancement work, Randy said, "Hey man, my dad has never got over the night you came up to his house. I just want to tell you I don't appreciate that." And that's all that was said about that. These are inside stories.
Yeah.
I don't talk much because of my cancer and stuff that I had. You know, I had cancer and I was radiated all through here.
Yeah, but we understand what you're saying.
I know, but sometimes
I
need subtitles.
Yeah.
But hey, thanks, man.
Well, you're on fire. And yesterday you cut a beautiful promo.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
What do you think about the Mortons? They turned heel last night, huh?
There's a problem with them. I think it's the young son. He's got an attitude. He told me, he said, "The champ is here. The champ is here." I said, "I don't care."
Man.
Talking to the champ. Morton, the sneak addict, Daddy. You see that? NWA World Junior Weight Championship, rocking the show as you please, because when you're a champion, you only hang around of champions, and that's what Kerry Morton's all about.
You're damn right, baby.
Damn right. You know right, because you know what? They do not make them like this no more.
That got nothing to do with me. The champ is here. That's all I hear out of him. Walking around like this, the champ
He's
is
thinking
here.
he's Ali now, huh?
But you don't know what happened 2 days ago.
Full interview with Bobby Fulton coming soon. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave your comments, and watch more here at The Del Show.